Hello everybody, it's Wyvern here with a live stream. Looking to see if this starts correctly. Let's see. Alrighty, gonna be doing a quick little live stream. Gonna be seeing how things are panning out. And we'll be trying to do some Warhammer. Let's see. Hopefully the sound's alright. Let me know if it's not, and I'll be. Stream is running, and we can go, I guess. So, let's rock and roll. Gonna be running for a few hours, most likely. Just trying to knock out a few quick matches, have some fun, try out different builds, and yeah, just having a good time. Maybe we'll do some Dark Elves. I haven't really done Dark Elves. Oh man, I get so tech. Always. Shouldn't be too bad. We will make it work somehow. Now, Cold One Knights got a big buff this past patch, as did Cold One Chariots, so it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm kind of tempted to try Cold One Chariots. It's not something I use against Saurus too much, but against their infantry especially, and against skinks and units like that, they can be very useful. So. Give me 1 second. But yeah, we'll see about trying out some chariot play. Let's see. Could do Malekith. Apparently. Marathi's a lot less safe in some ways because she's sniping by skinks. Word of Pain's not a bad one. Not too fun of Blade Wind. We have to be very careful about Croak, because Croak can really mess things up. Make life very difficult and pretty miserable most likely. So Chill Wind's not bad. Doom Bolt's probably not something we're gonna roll with. Croak can't miscast. I'm tempted to try Supreme Spell Shield. I'm not entirely sure how powerful it actually is. It's an item I don't really use, but maybe it's pretty decent. As for how to counter the lizards, the assassin did get a change in the last patch. Now he's got poison on his projectiles, but I don't think that's really that useful. We could. There's obviously a very big risk if my opponent decides to roll with Mazda, that he could just destroy my elites, but maybe we'll risk it. Or not Mazda, Croak. Maybe we'll just risk it here. Run some chariot play. Maybe run a few shades even. Try like a shade or two. Some spears. I wonder if I can cut something here. Do I really need this? Maybe not. Maybe we can cut a Cold One Chariot. We can try like a bit of an oddball build here. Get like that and then 3 shades, and that could hopefully hold okay. Not sure this is necessarily the most competitive composition, but hey, it's okay. I want to try out the new chariots. Horknath Executioners should dumpster lower end troops for sure. The big problem is going to be if my opponent decides to bring Croak, things could go south very quickly because Croak just deletes elites. Big dinosaurs, I don't think should be that much of a problem. If push comes to shove, I can always use a high mass of my chariots to bog them down in place. I think I might have definitely committed a little too heavily to Horknath Executioners already. And I haven't even seen what my opponent brought. But 3 of them is perhaps a little much. I perhaps should have gone with like 2. But, oh, well, I don't play Dark Elves too often, so my experience with them is definitely a bit limited. We'll see. Generally, I play factions that have like Empire or whatever, where it's like, oh, you just bring a bunch of black powder. But it looks like my opponent has numbers. Now that could still mean, that doesn't necessarily mean he went super cheap. After all, skinks are very, very cost effective, and so he could have just a few skinks buffing up his numbers, and the rest of it could be things like Croak and maybe the Thunderous one or whatever, units like that, and that would be incredibly frustrating to deal with. I actually don't have too much to micro in this build though, which is definitely a bit interesting. It's like kind of a blunt force build. That's just the way I like to play though. as blunt and unsubtle as possible. Now this map is really odd. There's, as you can see, you can't really, this thing over here, whatever this is supposed to be, extends out to like here, and you can't deploy there. It's pretty ridiculous, and I don't know why that is the case. I don't know if there was some reason for that with the model or whatever. Perhaps like the model it uses is that the place on the map actually extends further. It's pretty nuts though. It's definitely not fun. We'll put Malekith in control group 5. Oftentimes I'll put Lords in like control group 1, but we'll try something like that. These spears have been awkward position. And you gotta be kidding me. Don't tell me this guy's kite cheesing me. Okay, he's not. He's not. For a second I was about to like rage a little bit. I was 100% sure for a second there that my opponent was running Chameleon Skin spam. He might be still. Source is back there. There's these ancient salamanders, and these guys are disgusting. They've got 185 range because they got a completely, totally deserved reasonable buff. And of course they outrange all of my stuff, which I forgot about actually. That if I can bait them in, my opponent's already breathing me down. Oh, okay, so he's camping up there. Oh my god, that is disgusting. And oh my god, this stupid terrain is like really messing me up. And I'll actually, you know what? I'll take that. If I can force. There we go. Definitely one misplay I made. These guys are ridiculous. Like the fact that they are so quick is absolutely insane. As for the rest of my build though, it's actually not bad. So if oh man, just run. Run, Forrest, run. Is that 10 and 1? It is. So we're okay. We held up okay. Those fireballs are not going to do very much to my guys. It's definitely a very frustrating build to play against, though, for sure. I think there's been a lot of complaints already about Ancient Salamanders being incredibly OP. And, oh my god, just look at that splash. My poor Shades. Like, the Shade's just getting dumpstered because... And that's, keep in mind, that's a dirt cheap unit. My opponent pays, like, nothing for... He's paying, like, peanuts for that unit. And getting such ridiculous results. And all I can really do against it is try to get in on him, like this. Maybe, like... Yeah, if Malekith gets in, like that, we can do some work. All of a sudden. We're gonna do that. We're gonna get in on those guys. Try to pull over there. Oh my goodness. These guys need to get in over there. Just try to push through the line here. Unfortunately, there goes the Manticore summon. I think this is gonna be a loss almost for sure. My opponent's just kind of cheesing hard with those nasty summons. And, well, more importantly, the Salamanders. So I think that's going to be a game. Definitely a very gimmicky build. Definitely a very cancerous build. New cheese meta, I suppose. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But it doesn't mean I have to be happy about it. It's definitely very poorly balanced at the moment. And it's one of those units that just costs very little for incredibly high, ridiculous results. But, oh well, I kind of misplayed. I should have probably bought some bolt throwers. Maybe probably brought some dark riders. You can see my opponent just running me over. Those salamanders, the main problem is just how cheap they are. That's really the big issue. Because they cost you basically nothing. They're an absolute... and they just will deliver ridiculous results. And here in the front line, like we're winning in some of these engagements, sure, but it's too little too late at this point, I think. I brought my guy on a chariot. Really probably shouldn't have. Should have brought more cav. If he was on a cold one, that would probably been a lot better too. Basically getting gooned out here by my opponent with a fairly... Yeah, it's just a cancer build. What can you do? It happens. Sometimes you win some, you lose some. Just always got to be on the lookout for all the new cheeses that are all coming out nowadays. 10-1, of course, being an absolute pain in the posterior. My shades really just needed to get... Like, the shades, I just completely forgot that these guys have like 185 range. They had 150 previously, which actually would have probably made a huge difference. I'm not entirely sure why my Winds of Magic is so low, either. Yes, I guess I used a good bit. But, our poor Hargoneth Executioner is just getting swamped, and now my opponent just kind of dumpstering me out there. Like, the shades are doing some work, but it's just nowhere near enough, compared to what's needed to pull through here. And the red crested skinks are getting massive amounts of value. So so basically bolt thrower or go bolt thrower or go broke. We're gonna see if we can shoot down 10-1, but I don't think it's gonna matter at this point. To be maybe, I don't know. 10-1's struggling to get out. He's casting. If Malekith can get on him, maybe. Or Hargoneth's up there, tying my opponent down pretty hard. And nah, he's gonna get away. Because. But yeah, definitely just a bad play on my part, or bad unit choice on my part. Look at that guy. He's booking it. He's on his horn one, so I can't really do anything about it. We can cast a Soul Stealer over there. We can hit those guys. These guys can bog down them, but ultimately it's just not. Did we hit that guy? We didn't hit. We did hit him with a Soul Stealer actually, which is kind of nice. But it's not really. I don't think it's really going to matter too much, because we're not going to be able to get shots into him. My opponent's just going to run. My shades, they're getting wrecked. That's frustrating. I just didn't bring enough cav to cover myself from all sides. My opponent had such huge speed on those ridiculous salamanders. I think that's probably the key problem, is they just have so much mobility, which. Whether or not that's justified, probably not, I'd say. But it gives them a huge edge. But we'll see. Well, surprisingly, we're holding out longer than I anticipated. And if I can actually... To be honest, if I can... Nah, probably not. I don't think it'll matter. I'm managing to rampage some of those guys, those salamanders over there, but just look at them nuke my poor shades. That is... Oof. Rough stuff. Hey Jake, good to see you. Definitely just nastiness there. Oof. Either way, moral of the story. Don't bring a vaguely honest build against lizards. Bring lots of cav, most likely. Honestly, though, I'm not even sure how you like ancient salamanders. You don't have much in the way of cav that can stop them, really. Look at that fireball, just like spewing on me. So that was rough. Probably bolt throwers are good with a good counter there. Maybe fireball actually, because I don't think that's actually gonna be worth checking real quick in customs. My opponent there kind of cheese a bit hard, but what do those guys have fire? Do salamanders have fire resistance? They don't actually. They got missile resist, but not much. So yeah, you might be able to actually counter them with. I'm actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start bringing like fireball or something, because normal fireball does quite a bit of damage. They've got 95 armor, I think, but you can do some work. Bolt throwers, like, they could work, but the problem is bolt throwers just take forever to do damage, so I don't know if I really want that. There's obviously an issue of heals. If your opponent brings like high magic, they can heal their troops. If your opponent brings Rev Crystal, they can heal their troops, and you'll be racing against their Winds of Magic at that point, or their heals at that point. It's gonna be tough. Bretonnia, maybe let's try Bretonnia, because I haven't. Bretonnia also had some changes. Alberic de Bordello now has some new buffs. He's got some new items. Apparently, Wrath of Manon was actually buffed. Now, I read somewhere that it does the same damage as normal Wind of Death, which is pretty insane. Not Overcast Wind of Death, so it's not like it's going to delete entire units, but supposedly it does the same damage as... And this might actually be like the perfect match to test it, because Chaos is one of those matchups where like normally you bring Lewin, and I probably would normally still would bring Lewin, but yeah, let's try good old Albrecht here. So we're gonna do the double Hippogriff build that I'm very, very fond of. We're gonna bring heals, and I suppose that's it. We might bring like a Power Stone. Yeah, we could bring. Let's see if we can cram in Scroll Shielding, but Portalo definitely a bit cheaper than Louis, which is nice. And we can bring Heroic Killing Blow, which is sweet. We'll keep Wrath of Manon, because it might be good against the Chaos Infantry. Foe Seeker's good. I'm not sure I want all these items rallied. Like, they're cheap, though. But this one's actually, Spirit of the Tempest is fairly expensive. Is it worth it on these guys? Do we really need that speed? The charge bonus is going to be almost irrelevant. Like, 8%. It's going to be, like, not even 8 points. It's going to be 7 points of charge bonus. I don't think that's really worth it. But the extra speed, maybe. But we're already pretty quick. We're already pretty nippy. Chaos isn't really going to be able to, like, effectively kite us anyway. So maybe I'll keep Rally. But we'll cut Spirit of the Tempest for now. Unless we happen to have money left over. What do we do besides that? Well, probably archers. Maybe some pox arrows. Some fire arrows. Because we need something to... Like, we absolutely have to have something that can zone away enemy... skirmishers from our backlines and dogs and that sort of thing. Then maybe some spearmen at arms. Maybe we'll ditch the peasant bows of fire for more peasant bows in general. Some foot squires in there. Oh, I kind of want the Beast Slayer's Bastone though, so we'll try this. We'll see how Bordelot performs. Now, Bordelot, in a burst, he can do a lot more than Lewin can. But he is incredibly squishy in comparison to Louis. Just, like, look at those stats. He's got... I think Lewin's got, like, 90 armor. Lewin's got 20% physical resist because he's got the Blessing of the Lady or whatever. The same thing that Grail Knights get and Grail Guardians and them. And... then Lewin's, of course, got his regen, which works as long as he isn't broken, which he almost never will be. Plus, he's got Lion's Shield and all that. So Bordelot is just an absolute squishy boy. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll try to make him work. I'm not sure the Foe Seeker was a good choice, to be honest. Might be wasted, but, hey, we'll try to make it work. We'll see what happens, and maybe get some value. The double Hippo, normally, like, that's the key here anyway, so... Albrecht is just an experiment to see how he does instead of my boy Lewin. So, some people like Faye in this matchup as well, but personally not. And I think Faye is honestly the best lord in like 90% of matches for Bretonia. There's very few where I don't think she's the best, but this is definitely one of them. I think this is one match where, given the choice, Lewin is, or Faye is not the way to go. She can ward Ascension down enemies for sure, but just not that good. I don't know if I want to have those guys. Not sure how I want my control group set really. Not sure if my opponent would bring like a Hell Cannon in here. It's one of those things you always want to consider when you're deploying your troops early on. Almost always spaghetti line. Just a little trick when you're starting the game. Always spaghetti line, because unless you're really worried about like a Vanguard, but honestly even then, spaghetti line, and then if you find out that your opponent didn't bring a boatload of artillery or he didn't bring like nasty spells, then box them up after the fact. Wow, just wow, look at that. But did my opponent bring any? That is an interesting build. Okay, I'm not actually, because I don't see all of it yet. I'm not entirely sure what to think of it yet. It could be great. What is that? Is that... Oh, he's got Final Transmutation. God dang. Alright, Scatter. Good thing I saw that when I did. He's got Hounds, which is not too surprising. He's got no Flyers, though. Like, he didn't bring, like, a Manticore. He's trying to get me to blob on him. But I'm not going to do that. Oh, man, that's... Holy hell, that's a lot of Dragon Ogres. That's an interesting... I don't know what to say. Like, it's not a bad build, per se. Can we cut this guy off? I'm actually going to dive. I want the hounds off the field, actually. And it might seem a little silly. We're going to back away. I'm going to just not. But if I can get rid of these hounds, just terror out them, force them off the field immediately. There we go. There's going to be the terror. Right? There we go. Yeah. Oh, man. But, that. And I'm getting, like, a weird lag spike. That is not cool. Come on. Go engage. Alright, Bordello is in here. We're going to pop all our stuff. In the meantime, my opponent over here is trying to do some shenanigans on the front line. But what we're going to do is... Oh man, you need to run, lady. Why? Oh my goodness, she's just not casting stuff. That was... You guys need to get in there. And actually, so on the flanks we're going to lose hard. But then we can collapse over there with our foot squires. We're actually swinging this pretty hard. And look at, okay, so my opponent there dropping Transmutation of Lead instead of Final Transmutation, which is interesting for sure. I still haven't gotten off my silly shield, which I've been trying to get off. But, look at the beautiful Spear Intercept there. Foot Squires now are coming in on the Chaos Marauders, who they're just going to hammer into the ground. Now, that's part of the problem with my opponent's build, is that while it's I'm not going to say it's a bad build, to be honest. It's a very risky build, and a build that can't hold up to that. And now these guys are getting bogged down. The thing is, these spears are actually going to be effective against Dragon Ogres. You guys need to pull back, though. I don't need this many Foot Squires there, and I really need to prevent my opponent from shutting down my archers. I think my opponent should have used a Final Transmutation there, for sure. We're going to swing. He's doing Searing Doom, but it's on my Beast Slayers of Bastogne, but for most part, I think, who actually have pretty good armor, so not too concerned. And the thing is, Chaos has no healing, so the longer this goes on, the better it's for me. Now, over here, Marauders did win, but whatever. And we're actually, yeah, we're just going to dive in here against those boys. And I actually think the new Wrath of Manon did some work there, too, though it was a little hard to tell, for sure. We're waiting for all our hippos to get in there, and boom. Look at that. We're going to stay in there. Beast Slayers are in there. Bordello, get in on that dragon. Oh my god, that's a Final Transmutation. Almost guaranteed. There's no way it cannot be. Rally. Keep the boys in the fight. Alright, you can see my opponent kind of his troops keep rallying and they're coming back. Is that an... Oh, it's a normal Final Transmutation though, so it's actually not that potent. It's actually kind of a trash. And then, now we can actually pull a fast one here on my opponent and chase off his poor Dragon Ogres with our Damsel. So getting some cost efficiency there, unless my opponent like comes in with it. My opponent's too distracted over here. We've actually hit our boys with the regrowth, so they're gonna stick around. We've got our Power Stone going. Foot Squire's obviously not great against Dragon Ogres. Like, that's not the unit you want to be running against Dragon Ogres. But my opponent dropping War Searing Dooms. The fact that my opponent's kind of cycling through all these different spells does mean he's going to be not going to have the most wins of Magic, probably. And you can see we actually haven't lost a single Hippogriff yet. So that's very, very nice. For sure. In the meantime, we're just going to remove these guys from play, which is amazing. I do wish I'd get, like, one more Wind of Magic here. Come on. That's going to be game, I think. So, that's... You know what? I don't know. Bordello, it was a little bit of a laggy game. It was a little bit of a laggy game, and so that kind of slowed things down for both of us. My opponent's build was very interesting. I can see what he was trying to go for. I guess he kind of figured, you know, Bretonnian infantry's trash. He'll be able to get away with Marauders. And the Dragon Ogres will help if we got Foot Squires and some Cav, but the Hippogriffs just did so much work there. And Bordello actually, I think, did pretty well. It's a little hard to tell, but his extra punch and the fact that he does boost your bonus versus large by 8 is definitely nice. And keep in mind that pit fight there with the Foot Squires. He's actually buffing all your Foot Squires, all your Spearmen at Arms, all your Beast Slayers of Bastogne are getting another 8 weapon strength and melee attack against large. So it's actually might not be that. I want Bordello. I don't like Bordello. All right, I'm just so used to not liking him because of how long he was bad. But Wrath of Manon is actually pretty strong now. It seems to do some good damage. And Braid of Bordello, 40 meters, 8 bonus versus large, and that puts your Hippogriffs up to 54 melee attack against large, and their weapon strength not too much, but up to like 143. But the main thing is that you get that extra melee attack, which is just insane. Lets you really snipe out important targets or units you want to get rid of. So I don't know. It's a tough one to decide. I don't know if I like it more than Lewin there. The thing is that Lewin is more expensive, so like I was able to get more troops or more trash on the field, basically just because I ran Bordello. There's actually another Bretonnian thing I wanted to try because there was recently I was doing some games with just practice games for fun with Indy, and we were testing out tic-tac-toe and whatnot. But one of the things I tried, one of the meme things I tried, was trebuchets, plus trebs. They did surprisingly well. So I'm kind of tempted. I want to try them out. So I got to figure out how we're going to make this build work, because I don't want a stupid garbage build. So Blessed Field Trebs, they're expensive as all hell. We can bring like a lot of them. Bring some archers. We don't need that many archers. We'll bring Fae still. Fae's just good. Very hard to snipe and does provide all the support. We're not going to go with hippos. Chalice of Potions. I don't think, by the way, I don't think Chalice of Potions got a buff the way Comet of Cassandora did in the last patch. So that's, I think, worth mentioning. Maybe it did. If it did, be sure to correct me. But I don't think it actually shared the buff with the Comet of Cassandora, so it's actually not as good as that is. Now for front line. Do we want to contest? The thing is, you can kind of contest the Dark Elf front line in some ways if you go with like foot squares and stuff, but it's tough. It's a tough one. On the flip side, Dark Elves have the Companions of Canel also got buffed this last patch. They're much more effective. So what do we have? We've got stuff to bombard my opponent's elite. So if my opponent, hey Zutron, nice to see you. So if my opponent decides to run with something like Blackguard, we should have a decent crack at him. Dark Riders, we can zone them off with archers. Yeah, maybe just more cav. It's always a little tough to decide what to do with Bretonnia. We could do spears, maybe men-at-arms. If my opponent goes with like a Dread Spear heavy build. I can almost crit in Defender of the Fleur de Lis. We can drop like a Chevron over here. The problem with this is, how will this build hold up? Pretty well, I think. I'm trying to think of what I should cut. I'm thinking maybe cut as much as maybe cut these guys. Make room for some more spears, just to hold a little longer. Cut like I'll keep the 2 pox to weaken my opponent, and then get like another peasant bow, and these guys can get like a chevron. I don't know. Can I get a chevron with my normal guns? I can. Look at that. And I guess, yeah, we'll just go at it and we'll see what happens. How do you beat Blackguard? So, well, that's kind of what... Okay, so this build I'm running here is a bit experimental. And in this case, we're going to be trying to crack Blackguard with trebuchets, if my opponent brings those. I don't normally... and I'm trying Blessed Trebs, actually, because I've been seeing that their explosion seems to do more damage than normal Trebs, and I want to see just how much better it is. But normally when I play Bretonnia, I just rely on Fan Chantress Mortis Engineering them down, and then I bring Foot Squires. because Footscars actually trade really well into Blackguard. Blackguard's not a very good infantry. So they're very good at holding, but they're very bad against enemy infantry. They're probably one of, if not the worst, halberd unit for their cost against enemy infantry. But otherwise, Mortis Engine's always good. Well, Enchantress. Might as well be Mortis Engine. She's always very good. But in this case, we're trying Trebs. We're going to see what happens. Cycle charging with questing knights or knights in general obviously can work, but you got to be wary, especially if witch elves are around. Quantity of Pheasant Bowfire can do the job, especially late game when they're exhausted. There's a lot of solutions, honestly. It just kind of depends on what kind of player you are, what you want, or what you're expecting your units to do. Actually, let's see. I know I kind of ramble. I just like spew out a bunch of stuff, but it's all like there's just so many options of what you can do. This is gonna be fairly micro heavy, I think. Awaiting orders. We're running our budget rails. Did it bring silver? For a second, I was wondering if I forgot silver or not. But yeah, my opponent actually went wider than me, which is insane. That could actually be very good for us, because if he's wider than me, that means all these knights will have a really easy time running him over. It means my men-at-arms probably won't break quickly. Well, I don't know. Actually, maybe he could have some elites in there, so we'll definitely see. We're about to find out. Hey, Matt. And yeah, I got you. Yeah, Bretts are like they're good, but they're definitely a bit. They're a bit of a. It's a thing you gotta have, sort of enjoy playing. It's a sort of play style you gotta have it's an acquired taste, I guess, is what I'd say. And I completely understand if you don't enjoy them. I used to not like Bretts very much at all. Back in Warhammer 1, I'd like never play them. Oh my god, you stupid Trebs. Fire at the Hargoneth Executioners were like legitimately the only dangerous unit my opponent brought. So I don't know if my opponent brought like shades or something, or if he's just trying to mob me here. But I don't know, man. I don't think that's gonna. He's got a Dreadlord. I don't see a caster. I don't see. We're gonna mortis him down. Oh, there we go. There. Okay, there's the sneaky play. Those guys on the flanks. We're just gonna remove those guys completely, I think. It's pretty nuts. These guys need to back the hell away, though. Like, these guys should not be fighting. Oh my goodness, that's brutal. Get over there and deal with the Dark Shards. We got more Dark Riders trying to sneak around the back. You guys need to intercept there. We just completely wrecked those guys. I'm gonna get in there, I guess. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I wasn't paying attention. And my opponent is just running amok. Try to get on those guys. I don't know. I hope I hit the questing knights. If not, that's a little more than a little disappointing. We're actually breaking those guys up, so that's awesome. We're gonna hit these boys with a heal. My opponent is like, he's getting his murderous prowess, and I think he's just gonna make an attempt to charge here. I'm gonna charge him. I'm gonna counter charge. We're just gonna keep whittling these boys down. I think the Trebs are actually doing like majorly. What the hell? Oh, I misclicked. You guys get in over there. God dang it. You guys get in over there. Oh, and oh no, this could be. Oh no, I completely missed the Fae getting dumpstered over here. Questing Knights getting over here. Oh my goodness, that is bad. I completely missed the Cold One Knight shift. That's... I don't know. We're still holding up okay. We're gonna lose a lot of infantry here, but they're just infantry. Is when it comes down to it, it's just Bretonnian trash. Companions of Canal here will dumpster these Dark Riders. Well, yeah, my opponent's pushing through. I'm gonna get an intercept over there. Hopefully the Fae here get a nice little heal in that pocket. Definitely just a misplay. I just slipped up on my micro and let my opponent like run me down. Regrowth is, oh my goodness, she's actually, get in there, save your lady. The Fae needs to not break, because if she breaks right now, that's going to be a disaster. Companions need to get in there. I need to... We're doing good. This Cold One Chariot is just not breaking. It's like, yeah, I'm not in the mood. My opponent really should be running my guys off the field, though, with his Dark Riders, and he's just not doing that right now. And I think that could really come back and bite him in the rear. Because... Okay. Alright, we got rid of those guys. These guys are rallied. Get on them. Those guys rampage, which is amazing. Disentangle. Look at them just work down. We just need to disentangle ourselves here. Alright, get in there. Yeah, you can see just how badly they're just gonna run us over because Dark Riders they're not good in melee, but we might be able to finish off their Lord though, and that will be huge because Fae, worth mentioning, Fae does cause fear. So that's actually gonna be a big debuff to my opponent's leadership. These guys like fled in the wrong direction there. I think that might actually be game. That is gonna be game. Holy heck. So that was, yeah. Yeah, it's hard to outflank Brett, but when I play bad, it's doable for sure. A lot of outflanking. Holy, what? The game, like I've literally got no background. The game just crashed, and this time I don't know what is up with these like post-battle crashes. I've been getting these more after this last patch. Which is really oddball stuff. But so yeah. So I apologize. I'm gonna be hopping back in. We're gonna do some more games. But the Fae, yeah, she carried hard there, and I played like crap. And the Trebs, I don't know. The Trebs seem to do okay. I saved the replay, so I'll always be able to check out the stats after. But I do have a ton of old replays, though. I don't know. Well. Not sure I have that many, actually. I usually go through... Yeah, I gotcha. That makes sense. I wiped... Yeah, there we go. Last battle crashed. But, yeah, I've actually got a good chunk of replays. I usually go back and delete them, but I don't have... I don't think I have that many. I'm gonna check real quick. Because I deleted almost everything going back quite a while. To like this, maybe Festdag actually. And gotcha. So yeah, replays. Okay, I'll see. I'll do that. I'll see if that helps. Give me 1 second. That's actually pretty quick to do. So, play some lizards. I can do a lizard game. Lizards are always fun. Lizards are not as overpowered as Skaven right now, but definitely in a good spot. Yeah, I'll do that real quick. See what Zutron. I'll see if the crashes stop if I delete the recent replays, or not recent replays. Oh craps! I've actually got way older stuff than I thought. Some of these replays go way back, yeah. So I'm just gonna delete them. And we'll see if that helps. I can do some Empire after Lizards if that is what you guys want. For sure. I'll just juggle through factions. And there we go. For me, I'm not too concerned about saving old replays. Like, I'm not. Fact of the matter is, I'm never gonna go back and like watch them. But it's just like it's just the truth. I'm not gonna go back and like you know, go like rewatch whatever games I was doing from back then. So let's see if we even get a game. We probably scared everybody off. So what's everybody else's experience kind of been with the patch? On one hand, I've been hating the Skaven. A lot of their new stuff feels so tuned, but at the same time, I don't feel like they're. I feel like you can handle it in a lot of cases, or it's manageable. Is there static with the sound? I've had this issue sometimes, so I don't know if like it goes on and off, and I think it's on YouTube's end because it's not with my recording. I actually like went and checked and was like seeing it like there's no issues with OBS, so I think it's an issue with. Yeah, I apologize for that, but I don't think I can. I don't know. I could try, but I don't to do something, but I don't think. I don't know if that'll help. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's on YouTube's end of that. Oh, did it? Huh. I literally, the only thing. Okay. I literally just pulled out my headphones and plugged them back in, or not my headphones, my mic, and that is really weird. But alright, sorry, I've got to get distracted here. Alright, we're doing Lizards. We're going against Dwarves, so this is an old school bad matchup for Lizards. That might be a lot better now, and I kind of want to test some stuff out, see if what we can do here with especially the new red crested skinks. Well, glad to hear that it's fixed. That's so weird. I literally just pulled out my mic and plugged it back in. Magic. I don't really know. I probably want 2 skink chiefs for the Slayer work. Well, huh. What map are we on? Oh, it's pretty prog, so that's a pretty open map. So what we're going to try to do, we're going to bring Legion of Chaka. We're not going to... We'll actually do the old classic high mage build here. So we'll bring Banishment. He's not Angren, so we don't need to worry about any of that other stuff. Soul Quench, none of that. Just Hand of Glory, the heal. We'll bring Aura of Quetzal and Blood Statue of Spite. We got a horde of little skinky boys. Did it start again? God, yeah, I don't know. I legitimately think it's on YouTube's end of things. Ugh. Alright, we're gonna try something a little silly. We're gonna go with Croxagores here, because we're already running with the skinks, so let's dump these guys and get like an extra 2 units of skinks just to get a little more. Actually, wait a second. I'm gonna need to that was this one. I don't even know, because I need a little more time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get one more hero in there. Yeah, we're gonna do the double skinks, and then we're gonna do double vanilla skinks just to get a little more width on our line. And yeah, we'll try that. Yeah, I really do apologize for the static. I don't know. I think it's something with YouTube, because whenever I record and I save the videos and then I open the videos back up, there's no static. But when when I'm streaming, that seems to happen. I should try and see if on Twitch maybe at some point, and see if I get static on Twitch. Because if not, it might just be better. I can always just announce a stream here on YouTube and then stream on Twitch, I guess, if that's like the better platform for it. I gotcha. Yeah, I still don't want it to be like an unpleasant viewing experience though. Like it's supposed to be fun. Whatnot. Not like, oh, my ears. But let's see. Alright, we got a Regiment of Renown. We're going all in on the infantry spam here. We got going low on the tactics, high on the bodies, and get these guys a little more width. We're gonna get these guys all the way out here looking to actually, you know what, instead of flanking immediately, we're gonna set up here close to our boy in case my opponent brought gyros. And my opponent outnumbers me. So that's I feel like that's always the case. With like, you always try to go wider than dwarves, and then your opponent ends up outnumbering you anyway. It's like, why do I bother? It's not working. But hopefully our Legion of Shaka. So this is a really risky pick. These guys have more armor than normal Saurus, but their anti-large is completely wasted here. Their melee attack isn't that great, but this is what we're bringing in for, the Shield of Shaka, and I'm hoping it pays off, because if it doesn't, it's gonna be sad. So, and I shouldn't have brought the Blood Statuette in hindsight. It's pretty useless against dwarves, but let's do it. Let's do it and see what happens. I actually completely forgot to give these guys a control group. Croxies are really good in this matchup. They're just such a liability against shooting and guns. Yeah, that's true. The missile resist is always really good. That sort of stuff. I don't know if... I wonder if it'll stop, like... Or, like, reduce the amount of hits you take from a cannon that kill you. Cannons aren't actually that good in this matchup, though. It's, at least not a lot of them. So I'm not too concerned. What did my opponent bring? Troll Hammers. He's got a single cannon, so that's not too much. Some Slayers. Iron Drakes. A whole bunch of Dwarves. Iron Drakes are going to be a pest. I don't see any gyros, though, so that means we can immediately look to start flanking with the Skink Chiefs. My opponent seems content to camp, which is... I was about to say ideal for me. It's not ideal, I guess. It's okay. It's passable. What are these? Longbeards, Dwarf Warriors. How much is he supposed to have? 1075. Trying to do like quick head math here. He's got 600. He's got 600 troops here in the front line. He's 675. He's hiding something. I think what he's doing is he's got rangers with whatever they are, with great weapons or something, or maybe just vanilla rangers. Yeah, there we go. Oof. Actually, though, you know what? Rangers against... I don't think that's a good... I don't think that's a good move. Rangers against lizards. Like... Alright. Go, 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 go. Oh, Peak Gate Guard. Okay, there we go. There's the expensive goodies. You guys can try to push in and start working on the Slayers. You guys need to get out. Dodge. Get out. You guys... If my opponent is going to sit like that... Oh my god, I'm completely getting dumpstered here. Well, I wasn't paying attention. Like, I just wasn't paying attention. And in that moment of not paying attention to my lord, he's almost dead. So, that is... Dodging. Dodging. Alright. Alright. Moving quick. Moving quick. You guys, get in there. Alright, I hope that affects... Oh, does it only affect stuff that was in there before? Cast another heal on yourself. And now cast one on the Croxies. You get in there. I don't know if the Croc scores are really doing that well. But what I can do over there is that. And try to banish some of these boys. As I get dumpstered by pain and suffering. How are they? Oh my goodness, Longbeard's apparently doing work, but we're on the cannon, so that's a big improvement. Banishment did very little. The troll hammers are doing a lot of work. Oh my god, but the cannon's not offline. The cannon is not offline. God dang it. It's... Pop some armor for yourself. Pop some leadership, because if he starts routing right now, we are completely screwed. You guys need to get in there. Just keep working on those slayers. I need to keep this boy alive. Pop that on those croc scores. Those cannons just not going offline is absolutely ridiculous. We're going to try to bump those guys up from range. This is nuts. Red-crested skinks. Skink Court needs to bog down those warriors. Slayers are doing okay. Oh my, you guys should be pushing instead of sitting. Look at these guys do horrible against Longbeards. Keep in mind, these guys cost way more than Longbeards do. So this is pure insanity. PK Guard are a lot cheaper now, so... Like, they're crushing the Dwarf Warriors, which is amazing, don't get me wrong. But their performance against... anything more decent is ridiculously bad. Like, holy heck. Can we heal you guys up? Give you guys another buff. Oh, man. Is that a Rune of Wrath? It is a Rune of Wrath in your could get another banishment off, potentially, of... These Slayers need to, like, die already. You guys need to overrun those Rangers. You need to go over there. Screw it, you guys just need to get in there. This is going to be a tight one. I'm going to see about healing them. Popping that. Oh man, that's not going to work. Nope. I thought I could get in, sneak in, get into melee. That didn't. That was not happening. These Slayers just like not going down is the most brutal thing ever. But that is the challenge of fighting dwarves. Hit them with a buff, make them a little better. I'm just gonna keep pestering these PK Guard until they die. My opponent can't catch me. He's too slow. So, Saurus busting through. Come on. Oh, he's intercepting me with Rangers. Bugger. Can we get on you? Look at these longer just hold. Like I'm not even sure what to do at this point. Like these guys are just way too tanky for me to do much against. The Rune Lord is just ridiculous. Like I could probably Like, some of my guys are doing pretty well, but then there's the flanks and all that sort of stuff, and these Longbeards are just not going down. Oof. I don't think that Red-Crested Skink Regiment Bernard is very cost-effective. That cannon, if it, oh man, I might be a goner here. These Red Crested Skinks fighting to the bitter end. Last 7 models, we're gonna get some value out of that. So the funny thing here is that we might, depending on if my opponent snipes my lord or not, with the cannon here, that could actually make a big difference. Because my Skink Chiefs are getting in, they've still got a good chunk of ammo, and I know for a fact that, or well, maybe not for a fact, but I'm pretty confident that they can take on. I'm fairly confident that my guys can take that these guys can snipe down, beat down these Longbeards in close quarters. But I think this is the game. I think my opponent's got it in the bag now. That, yeah, that Rune Lord. This is still a bad one for Dawi, I think. As much as I want this to be like a better match. Get in there and just fight him in melee. Those Longbeards, like, yeah, there's nothing to help those Longbeards or deal with those Longbeards really. And that is death, probably. Friggin' troll hammers. Hit yourself with cold-blooded to keep him in the fight. Get on those miners. We can, well, I don't know. It's just like I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. Save the dream. Oh man, my opponent just so many troops. Like troops that he's just forgotten about, but are still around. And those troll hammers are just disgusting. The Slan is not bad actually. So the Croxagors I think were the big mistake because I kind of gambled on them doing stuff, but they really didn't deliver, and I should have known better and just like. The reasonable choice, rather than Croxagors, would have been to bring Temple Guard. Like 3 units of them, get Saurus Warriors on the flanks, and suddenly my opponent would be in a much worse position. But, good lord, you fools. Fire! Yeah, 10-1 would probably be decent. Get that caster on a... Oh my god, why are you shooting the stupid hammers that don't matter? Oof. This is always, I think, going to be a tough one for the... I think this one's always going to be tough for the lizards, but I definitely misplayed there. Running the Croxagors was a huge mistake. Like, Croxagors just aren't... In this matchup, they're just not that good. And they get destroyed. That's why my previous build was more about Temple Guard. 10 Wando might be good. That might be a very good idea, I think. Get that caster. You can get like summon Manticore summons on the back line. He's okay in melee. He gets that poison. Hey, Wicked. Good to see you. Oh, look at that. We got like everybody here. Give me 1 second, guys. Be right back. I needed to get a bit of a drink. Oh, goodness. Alrighty, guys. I think Empire was requested, so Empire gets next slot. Let's see. Where is Empire? There we go. I don't even know where Empire is. Alright. So we're against Wood Elves. Cough, cough, the Cowards faction. Let's see, Boris. Arrow, work on unit control. Yeah. Usually if you... I think that at the very low level, knowing how to do unit comps is very important. But I think that once you're playing against more competitive people, a lot of it just comes down to micro. Because everyone's going to have a decent shot at winning with whatever comp they bring. Try to think of how to do this. We could do like something super memey, bring like Boris on a horse. Like a horde of cav. Zindler's Reichsguard maybe in there. Some Pistoliers. The problem is that the new Glade Guard are like a lot tougher to deal with, I think. Gonna...
Ne, já se jenom ptám, tam ten se to tam dodržel, ale já pokud budu chtít napojit na něco na svůj, tak budu muset si, ty tady máš totiž zřejmě ještě adaptér.
We could get, I don't know if I want to go this way. We can dump like one Reichsguard, get more swords. Sigmar Sons are always good in this match. We need a caster though. Yeah. Answer that real quick. Let's see. Oof. I don't know if I'll, actually, regrowth's not that useful here. I don't know if I want... Well... Yeah, guys, I know the static's an issue. There's nothing I can do about it. I tried, but yeah. I just don't know what to do with it. I think it's YouTube's just botched. The only problem for this build would be if my opponent decided to bring like a bunch of Glade Riders, and they did get a rework in this past patch. So what I might do is like... I was thinking about doing a Hellblaster. Can I cram in a Hellblaster? This guy here's just got Earth Blood. We definitely don't need Foe Seeker and Deadly Onslaught. I can almost cram in a Hammer of the Witches. Maybe we'll try Shield of Thorns for fun. And we downgrade these Pistoliers. Get a Hammer. And we're not going to be able to get in. Actually, you know what's... Oh, this is a really haggard build. We can get this boy on a horse, I think. It's always... Captains are actually really good. Well, organ guns, though, for... The problem, the thing is, organ guns are good for dwarves, but the thing is, dwarves can hold much better than Empire State Troops can. So, like, you can, as a dwarf player, you can pretty confidently expect that, you know, your stuff is not going to just rout at the drop of a hat. You know what, we're actually going to cut this. Need it. My opponent brings a dragon. This could be annoying, but Treekin spam. Well, we got a cannon. If my opponent, I don't know. There's not too much I can imagine my opponent would bring that would be unbeatable for this. Yeah, like I could definitely see why organ guns, and honestly, like a Hellblaster could be good, but I'd have to go with a much more infantry-centric build. I think. This cav build, not really. If my opponent, well, depending on what my opponent runs, should be fine. If my opponent goes super heavy on like infantry, we should be okay. We can just run him over. One Elf infantry does not like cav charges in their face. Hellblasters, though, definitely solid unit. I just wish they'd fix their firing patterns. Is the static getting worse? That's... Oh. I have to cut the stream or something. I don't know. I don't know how to fix it or what to do. I might try Twitch, guys. Does anyone know if... Like, because I could just do like announcements and stuff on Twitch, and then or so, just announce like a stream on YouTube, because I don't have this problem when I'm streaming on or when I'm recording vids. So I don't know, maybe Twitch is what I should do. That could be like a better way to go. I know before when I was talking about Twitch, a lot of people weren't too thrilled about the idea, but if the static is bad, like that might be the only choice. If YouTube is just forked. Alright, we're gonna have some grenades. We're gonna have like a nice little mirror match here. This is like the most haggard sort of deployment ever. Gotta be very wary of my opponent deploying stuff in like these back corners. I'm actually gonna deploy a captain like right here, so I know that. Yeah, if it's I definitely agree. I have a Twitch account actually. I did a few streams on Twitch before. Gotcha. Have fun with work. Dryads, interesting. Orion, okay. Blade Guard was made cheaper this patch. Get on the sisters, okay. Alright. Actually, you guys back the hell away. My opponent has nothing in the corners, which is nice to know. Unless it's like Weight Watchers, but there's not much we can do about that. We're actually just going to fall back here. Let the Hammer of the Witches work its magic. And then... That's a lot of DACA, but it's all like Blade Guard DACA, so it's not too important. These Dryads are like way overextended, I think. We're going to get you guys working on them. You working on them. A nice juicy flank charge here. These Knights of the Blazing Sun are doing some work. I'm going to pull the Reichsguard out. Orion's going to be an absolute pain in the rear to kill. But everything else here should be a cakewalk. Oh. Oh no 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 no! That's oof. Why are you guys? Oh, they completely just outflanked the cannon. You guys need to get back here, and you guys need to pull back this way. You can hit a heal there. You guys need to get into those sisters, who are just compromising everything right now. And over here, I'm just getting overrun because I'm not. Yeah, that's the problem with Wood Elves. It always boils down to like a micro fest. If your micro slips up for even a second, it's all in the gutter for you. Oof. Look at how much work the Outriders here are doing. Oh my god, you guys need to run. Boy. And these guys just do not, like, the sisters here are just not routing, which is the most frustrating thing ever. You guys just need to push in. My opponent got it. Nope, not if I push through. Not if I push through. It's not an intercept. Can I get... Okay, if I can remove them from play. Oh man, the leadership buckling is real. We can get in on those guys. Oh boy, alright. I don't actually grenade launchers. Oh my goodness, the stupid sisters rallied despite the fact that my wizard was chasing him. That's delightful. That is just lovely. Orion over here dumpstering my boys. We're gonna get in on that. These triads, like, what is their leadership? They're literally getting run over by 3 different heavy cavalry units, and just don't do anything. They just don't care. At least the captain here. That's one of the cool things. If you can get a captain to like blob enemies up like that, that is just delightful. Boris just is like he's just like watching. He's like, I'm not really in the mood to help. Like, whatever, you'll manage. My cav is like so crumped at this point. Like, look at these Glade Guard. What are their like? They've only got 27 melee defense, no armor to speak of. But no, they don't care. They'll just, you know, they'll just tank everything. Why not? At least the Windchart Guard are almost goners. Get on them. I need him to get out of there. I can, if Orion can't get out though, that's gonna be rough. I think most everything is like going well right now. Like obviously our heavy cav being largely pulped is a bit of an issue, but not the end of the world. We can disrupt those guys. Sigmar's, this is like the battle of unbreakables here. Sigmar's sons going at it. Boris just needs to chase these. The cool thing about Boris is that while he doesn't have fear, he does have whatever it's called, the White Cloak of Ulrich or whatever. One of his items, or Crush the Weak, sorry, which gives a leadership debuff. So it's gonna be really nice. This fight, like, how is this still going on? There's okay, thank you, finally done. And that's gonna be army losses for my opponent. And now it's just a question of killing Orion, which can be a challenge. There we go. we're gonna get him. He's a goner. I don't know if he's gonna take one more volley from the hammer, but if he takes one more volley, I think he's done. Like, he's got cloak going right now. I'm halfway expecting for like hammer witches to like screw me right now. There we go. He's screwed, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna. Beautiful. All right. That's Empire. So definitely some micro slip-ups there. Cost me a lot. Like, my cav just getting caught out by like spear units and stuff shouldn't happen if you're on top of your micro. I also didn't realize he had the Wardens of Cithrall in there until like way late in the game. So those guys are brutal. They are basically uber Eternal Guard. So always want to watch out for those, and I just didn't. Is the Hurricane? I don't. I'm probably gonna try Twitch, guys. Next time I do stream, I'll probably just announce it on YouTube and run with Twitch. I'll link my Twitch and all that sort of stuff, so we don't have these issues. Oh, oops. Sulphur River. Anyone have a faction they'd like to see? I'm gonna be fighting against lizards by the look of it. Let's see. I could do Tomb Kings. We could do Wood Elves. Play Bretonia. All right, Bretts it is. Another round of Bortonia. We'll try the new Albrecht again, because we had some good success with them against the forces of Chaos. So who knows? Maybe we'll get a second round of great results against the forces of Lizards. We're gonna bring Beast Slayers. We're gonna make Foot Squires. I'm really worried about what's his face, Croak, because he's like really good at clearing out trash, which is kind of all Bretonia brings on the field. But actually, no, not Peasant Bows of Fire. I'm not sure why I'm doing that. Just not paying it enough attention. Peasants, dump some Foot Squires to free up space for Spearmen, Arrows, and Shields. And we can bring Defenders of the Fleur de Lis. I'm stupid, I forgot I don't have a caster. So, yeah, that's kind of needed. Double Hippos is such an expensive build, but it's... I don't know if it's mandatory. I guess you could get away with like a single Hippo. But I like double Hippogriff. Not sure what spell to bring, or if I should bring any other spell besides Earthblood. Maybe I'll bring a Regrowth. It's like the safe pick. Was my profile pick too dark? I don't even know why I put a question mark there. Yeah, I was doing this matchup with Luan back before most of the time. I actually never found lizards that bad. Like with the either one or two royal hippos, Luan could really like take lizards down a notch. But I don't know how he is with how Bordelot is here. We're gonna see. Hopefully not too terrible. I remember trying Bordelot before. I did like an infantry-centric build, I guess, mostly. But still, he just did horrible. He couldn't stop the enemy monsters. I think this was before the cold-blooded patch, too, so... My opponent just kind of healed through everything. I don't know if my opponent's ready or not, but I don't want to ready up too soon, because a lot of lizards are going to use stuff. Yeah, lizards, well, I think it's actually one of the, cute little Wyvern. Yeah, sure, if you want. I'd be down for a nice new profile picture that isn't Skullmuncha. But yeah, I haven't really played the Lizards Wicked against the Lizards, so I don't know. Ripper, I know that tic-tac-toe with against the Lizards, Bretonia. I know tic-tac-toe is actually pretty fun in this match because Bretonians, like most competitive Bretonian players, will bring air lists. You can actually counter them with like Master of Pterodactyls and like Lord of Heavens and Tic Tac. Yeah, ladder. Well, there's also more restrictions in tournaments which hinders certain things. It's harder to spam certain stuff. And obviously, there's just more, like, you're more likely to run into top-notch players in tournaments than you are. I usually just don't have time for tournaments. Like, I wish I could do more of them, but it's always like, oh, it's like right when you're working, and I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work. I can't do that. Weekends are like when I do most work, so we'll see. Maybe over the summer I'll have a little more time, but yeah, you kind of gotta. I don't know if I put. I'm gonna ready up because honestly, at this point, the guy like hasn't responded. He probably isn't paying attention to messages. I don't know if he's waiting for something, but I've given him a lot of time at this point. But yeah, tourneys are like I did a few. Shadows are usually more convenient just because they're on more. Shadow usually has like a more loose schedule. Like he doesn't expect you to do your games at whatever time. Makes it more doable. I wonder if this guy's just like AFK, but he didn't say anything in the chat. I don't know. I don't want to be like a guy. I don't like rushing people, but at the same time, like you didn't message, you didn't say anything. You just been sitting there AFK for God knows how long. So. The nice thing about tournament plays, you don't have to worry about like some of those really cancerous builds. Like there was a comp I casted against recently where it was like a 55 model build for Lizardmen in quick match. That was just disgusting. Obviously the 11 or whatever model build for vampire counts, also ridiculous. And not having to worry about that in tourneys is just so nice. Oh, let's see. I'm kind of waiting for my whole army, like my army to get croaked. That's gonna be incredibly saddening. Alright, what do we got? Wow, what a shocker. Croak 10-1. Asar Scarvet. Okay. This will be interesting. Cold ones, spear riders, horned ones. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over there. Cause he's got his Sar Scarvet is all the way on this flank. So if I can hit these cold ones before he can respond, I don't care if I lose some peasants over here in the meantime because he like exploits that. But if I can knock out these spear riders, that would be immense. We're just gonna go like right over them. We're gonna start pushing the engagements there, and then we're gonna hit these boys from behind, and we're gonna hit them from the front. I'm gonna try to... I don't actually want to bog that guy down. Oh man, they're already gone. Alright, that's awesome. Now we can push forward with our spears. Is he actually... No, he's not going to be able to catch me, I don't think. So then... Okay, so his Sars is tied down over there. So we can now swing around over here and come in from behind on those horn ones. We're going to keep bogging them down. One of the most important things right now is we cannot afford to clump. Because if I clump, I'm going to like risk throwing this entire game to a nasty croak nuke. I'm going to get in on these horn ones. Oh my goodness, look at those hippos go. Where's my damsel? There we go. I don't even... does this even demand an overcast? Was that that was a croak nuke, wasn't it? There's no way my opponent did that much damage in like a split second. There's a summon, but that's not too relevant. It's not gonna save you, buddy. He's healing this guy with Rev Crystal. Okay, that was to be expected. And now for the next attack. And you know what? We're gonna focus Croak because I can. Oh crap! Actually, no, I can't. You need to run. You guys need to get over here. You guys just need to book it. And I don't think that's gonna do a lot. Like, I don't know. Am I wrong? We're gonna watch because I don't really care to dodge. Yeah. No. It's not gonna do a lot. I'm sorry. This is Bretonian air spam we're talking about. Not whatever you were hoping it was. So once we get rid of the Manticore, once that routes, we can get on Croak, which is gonna be beautiful. These guys rallied, so we can get them back in there. These guys are like chasing my spears. You know what? I'll take that. I will take that. You guys get in here. Unfortunately, we didn't get to pursue what's his face over there, but whatever. I completely forgot I've got abilities, so I'm good at the game, guys. Oh no. Run, run, Forrest, run. All right, get on them. Like, he keeps trying to get these spells off, but it's not gonna fly. Like, we're gonna get Croak dead here in a few seconds, and that's gonna be. And he should be nuking this blob over here, because that's like a god awful blob that I. Just, if Alberic gets a swing in there, this guy should be. There we go. All right, next on the menu. Yeah, definitely. This one. Blizzard's having such a wide deployment ended up being a huge boon. Portalo though did some work. I was actually like Portalo's been because he's so cheap and like if you bring hippos, you're gonna bring Earthblood anyway, right? So he might have a niche. He might have earned my respect. I think. I'll need to try him out more probably. Definitely, but. My opponent just didn't use Croak correctly, though. I think that you gotta, like, if you're... One, he went with a super elite build, and then with Croak, he just didn't nuke the stuff he should have been nuking, like my blobs of trash. 4 orange ones, gold one just got put in the dumpster. Yeah. Wicked, do you usually run 1 hippo or 2 in the Brett matchup, out of curiosity? Or in the Brett versus Lizard matchup? Or do you just kind of like do whatever? Or do you not like use hippos? I guess like most people you do, but... I have heard that some people apparently like make use of Royal Hippos or Royal Pegasus Knights and whatnot. So, yeah. Any preferences? Again, I'll basically run whatever unless it's like gonna be hard. Unless it's gonna be something like Beastmen against Vampire accounts. I'm not gonna do that. Ooh, Empire. Oh. Nobody has a preference. we can do the new lizards. Maybe. Yeah, why not? Let's do some new lizard men. Gotta bring good old 10 and 1. We're not gonna do summon spam. Let's see. We could do Flock of Doom. It's not a bad spell loadout, I think. I'll wait on the Plague of Sotek until I'm just kind of decided. Let's see. Yeah, 10 and 1. I was like, that's all he's like. Yeah. Alrighty. I'm kind of trying to decide what to run here. Like I know what I used to run, but now I feel like there's so many more options than what you could do. The Rumble Tide's actually not bad, I think. We can definitely do the pack cohort or whatever. Like, hold it. What a name. Who comes up with these naming conventions? We could go like super wide, cav heavy, and then anchor things with some Saurus and a whole bunch of skinks. Why the heck not? What do we got? Why not? We'll go with something silly. This is... Let's see, well, it shouldn't be too terrible. Dealing with great swords, the front line won't be able to handle great swords at all. But overrunning gun lines should be doable. And artillery shouldn't be too much of a bane. I really don't get why 10 and 1 gets AP damage, though. It's like... The guy's running around with like a prison shank or whatever, and he gets, for some reason, he gets AP on even on foot. Which is just insane. We got no skirmishers, so no chameleon skinks or anything. So that's gonna be interesting. We'll take the Umbral Tide, put him out there. Just gonna run down the pipe. Actually. Alrighty. Look at these guys. They look so dope. Alrighty. So what is this? Okay, a Horde of Great Swords, Demigriffs, Carl, and a healer. Great. Okay. Okay. This will be interesting. I don't actually know how we'll do here. He's also got the Warrior Priest, though not a fully kitted out one. He's definitely looking to do a sort of mob type thing. Alright, fall back, because I don't want to get... You know what? I don't want to fight in an enclosed space. Of course, there's Stone's Revenge, probably, and Silver Bullets are out there. These guys are pretty nippy. I can't outrange the Silver Bullets, but at least I can sit fairly safe outside of their range. I hate this choke point here. It's like nobody wants to push through that. Oh, Like, I certainly don't. I know my opponent doesn't. Is this Warrior Priest on foot, or is he on a horse? Okay, so he's not going to be supporting the cav. Not really sure how to approach him here. I don't think he's actually spotted the Oh god. Alright, this is gonna be crummy. Okay. We're gonna see how these guys do. A lot of friendly fire is what they do. You get... Oh boy, this is gonna be rough. I don't even know. Actually, what do I need here? Honorire? Yeah, alright, well, these guys actually got him, which is nice. Royal of Griffites are actually getting dragged into the muck. So, if we can... If we can prevent him from escaping, that'll be huge. Definitely the fact that I decided not to run my... Oh, oh man, we've actually... That's beautiful. Okay. I don't... This is gonna be interesting. He's got a lot of spears in there. And this is like a pure grind. Horn one's getting on that guy. Get on this free company. 10 and 1 is... Alright, we actually got our burners in there. Those Griffs are getting overrun, which is like the Royal Griffites are complete goners. I can get the Pope... And my opponent... Oh man. My opponent decided to end that one. I think that was premature. I actually didn't even see what was going on the infantry front. I think he engaged me. I don't know why he just threw the towel in there, because he did have... I don't know, he still had a Demi on some HP. He still had Carl, a Warrior Priest, a Horde of Infantry. Maybe... I don't know. I guess because... Yeah, I know. The guns there... Like, I guess he couldn't get the guns to fire. And the thing is that, like, with the... That's why I don't like monsters against Empire, because they'll get shot to crap by shooting. By black powder. But cavalry, that's tougher. Especially if they're mixed in with friendly cav. So I like Gelt in that, actually, in that matchup. As the Empire. Alrighty. Same guy. This will be interesting. What do we want? Yeah, we'll do some vampire counts. I kind of want to see how they're performing now that they're their unit. Now that their summons aren't as good. All right, let's see. Double Blood Knight, Dire Pack, Dire Wolves. Sternsmen. Oh, we're not. Wait a second. We're not rolling with this guy. Kind of debating whether or not I want to do like a classic build with Lad and just go in on foot. Or if I want to try something different, we could go like there. Bring the Stearnsman. I like the Stearnsman a lot in this matchup, but at the same time, cost is definitely going to be an issue. Could just bring a Master Necromancer, actually. And not bother with Vlad. But, why not? We'll do, like, something wonky. Actually, we can get... There we go. We'll get, like... Actually, do I want the Tithe? I can just get, like, 3 zombies for that. I don't know if this is that competitive. Vladdy Daddy. Yeah, it is the same guy. We'll see if he buggers out immediately. I think there's, like, there are points at which you've lost the game completely, but there's always a chance that your opponent makes mistakes. There's always a chance your opponent screws up somewhere. There's always a chance it's not actually as bad as it seems. Like, you won't see your opponent's troops because they're, like, in cover or whatever, and life's actually, like, you've actually got a much better chance of winning than whatever the balance of power says, or it's like one lord is the only thing carrying. So I think that unless the match is, like, horrible and, like, you're steamrollered completely, I think it's good to fight to the end. Like, I had that match that I streamed recently, where I was basically about done when I lost the Crimson Killers and what's his face, Scarsnake. I basically threw in the towel. Like, I was convinced I was gonna lose, but I managed to pull it out. And I was, like, already whining about I was caving OP, but which they, to be honest, probably are. But yeah. Alright, well, I outnumber him, though that doesn't mean very much, given that my army is like 90% zombies. And then we got the double blob. Vargulfs, of course, got buffed because they're an incredibly underpowered unit that totally needed to get 30 more weapon strength. Because reasons. Does this guy, like, literally just run the same build and repeatedly? No, it's not the same. He got Zinlish Reichsguard this time. It's like, for a second, I was 100% sure this was the same build. I'm like, what the heck am I looking at? It's not the same build, though. It's a little different. This time, he's got other units. These guys are actually all hidden, so I guess I could, like, shuffle over that way and try to be sneaky. Is my opponent gonna try to get cheeky with Carl? Like, that doesn't seem like a smart idea. Like, sure, you could do some damage to Vlad, but I don't think you're gonna be able to escape my cav mob here, buddy. Vargulf broke cover, so my opponent knows my guys are there. Oh, is he? He's actually going after. Okay, well, I guess that's something. Makes some sense. But he's. I don't know. I don't. Like, okay, I guess it works. Oh man, I'm not even paying attention. My Vargulf is getting shreked because I'm bad at the game. Gonna intercept those guys with zombies. Can get the feasters in there. Our synergy's way off here. I think bringing that's Sterling's Revenge, so that's not even worth the effort. If I can get in on those guys. If I can get... Wait. Oh, wow. My summon didn't go off. That's... Oh, okay. Now it's... Oh, my God. I love when... nothing works. That's just great. It's like, yeah, you should have, you know... It should be working this way, but it's not, because reasons. We're actually, you know what, we are getting in the back there a little bit. We're getting into the cookie jar. But I think this one's going to be a loss, actually, because I just blew it early on. Wait, coordination was way off on my army. And my opponent actually has the heals this time around to keep things going for probably quite a while. Yeah, this is gonna be over. My poor Vargulf is getting Shrek'd. No amount of next gonna pull that out. Oh my god, these guys are getting like so distracted. I'm like trying to get him on top of what's his face over there. They're like, nah, not today. But you can see the Shield of Faith, just a huge boon. Definitely very, very helpful. Sacked on the heals, of course, and the gunfire. So I just misplayed and blew it. Oh well, what can you do? That is the game. I think all I got left at this point is my Blood Knights, who are like way boxed up. Honestly, impatience got me there, though. Like, I should have waited for... I should have tried to keep my infantry together. I think this is why you don't bring zombies, really. Because they're just so slow and clumsy. It's very difficult to get zombies into, like, good engagement. Yeah, that's not worth it. Oh, well. We did get outplayed. Because this build wasn't, like, necessarily that strong or anything. I just... didn't bring a great comp or a great I didn't play well, and trying out the zombies there was a mistake. I really should have gone with like Graveguard, and that sort of stuff, and probably not Vlad. Oh well, it's okay. Vlad's slowness hurt me there a lot. Like my opponent diving in with Carl, and then I shouldn't have kept pushing once he dove in with Carl. I should have like stopped, taken a moment. That sort of thing. We're gonna do one more, guys. Pushing on the 2-hour mark here. We'll do one more game. See what we can get. See what we can do. And now I can't even get a game. Looking for match. Oh. Oh, there we go. Found something. Lead Jackie D. Alrighty, what we're gonna finish off with today. Greenskins, maybe. Greenskins are always good fun. My opponent gonna do greens or high elves. No, Empire. I want to use the new Doom Divers. We're gonna try the new Doom Divers. They've been reworked. They now do AP damage. I'm not sure that functionally really means very much. But we're going to try to get some value out of them. Let's see. Maybe... oof. Vindictive Glare got nerfed this last patch, so I don't know how strong it is anymore. Not sure if I actually want to be running that or not. Grimgore got a buff. Though he's still Grimgore. Oh, no. Ew. 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 Vampire Coast. That's disgusting. Alright. Huh. How to approach this? Yeah, Gorkle Fix is really good for the slow effect for sure. But right now, crap, I don't really know what. I guess I could do Goblin build against Vampire Coast. Goblins usually work pretty well. They're bad against the fear, but Vampire Coast does not suck. Vampire Coast is like overpowered. Like they got nerfed. They've been getting nerfed, but they're probably still overpowered. Like their summons are worse at least, which is something at least. But we can get like the Rusty Airs, get some Night Goblin archers in there. A front line of Night Goblins, I suppose. If we're gonna Vanguard into my opponent. Troll Squigs. Squigs? Yeah, you can also do like a death ball. You can do like I had Slade do like this weird death ball against me. He had like Grimgore, a shaman with the stealth spell, and it was pretty funny. It was definitely an entertaining build. Let's see. I don't know about Gorkle Fix It. I really don't know about Vindictive Glare because I don't know how much worse it is or isn't than it was. I haven't really tested it. Squig Hoppers, though, are actually really good in this matchup because they've immune to psychology. So that's always a nice thing to have. Get like the Moon Howlers. So I guess their fear's kind of useless. It's more about just having better leadership. And then... I'm actually tempted to just go into chevrons at this point. Double Grimgore. That sounds amazing though. That sounds hilarious. I feel like that would be an incredibly fun build to pull off. We're gonna chevron up our nasty skulkers a bit because those guys are usually important to try to carry stuff. All right, this is totally a great build, guys. 10 out of 10. Best build. Let's do it. I have no idea how Glare is either, so we're gonna see. If it fails, well, I'll just cry, I guess. I don't know. Doom Divers usually do well in this matchup, as long as you don't get them like shot to death by carronades or something. Grim Corby's 20 zombie summon. Yeah, I don't know. Is Grimgore actually decent at all? Or is he just like some people say he's decent as a battery for WoW, but I feel like Skarsnik can do that too. I don't think Doom Divers got a nerf to their AP values, so... Or they're not their AP, their accuracy values, so I think they should still be pretty good at nailing stuff. The one big problem with this map, because it's so huge, is the fact that you deploying troops in the back to defend your artillery is gonna be a little wonky. Gorney's nerfing. I don't think so. I think I think Grigor is not in the needs a nerfing department for sure. I'm actually gonna deploy the squigs in the back in case my opponent happens to have dogs, and then I'll run them up. Holy hell! There's so much like stuff you can't see. I don't know. Can I Vanguard deploy behind him? I could actually say yes. I definitely have to watch out for that. So I have to be very wary of the backstabs. This is going to be amusing. It's probably not going to work, but hey, it'll be fun. That's what really matters. Alrighty. I do outnumber my opponent by a good amount, so that could be in our favor. The fact that the boys have numbers. I don't know what takes my opponent so long to deploy. He's got like 700 troops. He's got a tiny army compared to mine. Got nothing to deploy, man. The one big risk, of course, is that my opponent vanguards as well. With like a horde of Morngulls. Watch, I'll have like a vanguard right here. On top of my archers. So it'll be like instant game over. Well, he doesn't have that. I don't think... Okay, so he's got nothing in the corners that I can see. Okay. Guess. Animated Hulks. I'm gonna go scout with the shaman and see if I can find anything. Oh my god, what are these guys doing? Why do they... Did I... Why are they... Oh my god, it's like messed up their order. I don't know why it's so borked, but whatever. I don't care. I don't know if my opponent has artillery. We're gonna find out. He can't see any of my goblins, which is kind of funny. Oh, there's Noctilus. And fun fact, guys, goblins with wings outrange cannons. So, I'm not gonna push in. Yeah, Jay. I know Jay is the turnaround if you're using like if you're trying to cycle charge and stuff. Maybe that works for. I don't know. It was just weird that they like started milling around like a bunch of drunks. I don't know why they're doing it. My poor artillery's getting like exhausted probably, having to push their goblin launchers forward. I want to scout, but at the same time, I don't want to lose my Goblin Great Shaman to like a sudden volley. Oh, is he gonna try to shoot at me? He's not gonna be able to sit there. I like. I'm pretty sure the Goblin launchers will be able to beat him down. Oh, were they facing the wrong direction? Oh well. Oops, I done goofed. Why is the artillery so slow? Like, my opponent's just content to camp. I don't know why he's like... I don't know if he hasn't spotted. It might be because he's like hidden behind this lip, so he hasn't seen the fact that I've got like a bajillion flying goblins about to like start bombarding him, and he's gonna have like a very bad day. It's about to be Count Noctilus in the no good, very bad day, like very quickly here, I think, if he doesn't do something about that. Depth guard? Yeah, no. Sorry. We're actually, you know what, we're gonna see how Vindictive Glare performs, just because I'm curious. Ooh, Murngulls. Okay, we kind of figured there was probably some crap hiding. He's got no artillery. So, yeah, I don't know, mate. Alright, you guys barrage there, you guys keep shooting there, and you guys get those pole arms. Oh my god, look at those poor deck cutters. Oh man. Glory be. Yeah, they're already crumbling. Oh man, this could be rough. Oh my, why? Oh my god, why are you guys facing? Oh, whatever. I wasn't paying attention. I thought I'd swapped them already, and I didn't. Oops. Get in on those Murngulls, because otherwise we are completely screwed. Yeah, you guys actually probably have a chance there. I completely forgot to pop. Wow, look at... Oh my god, I'm such a potato. Well, we're breaking all over the place, but... Look at those boys. They're like tearing through those. And the cool thing, of course, is that those guys are immune to psychology, so they just don't break against like, because a lot of the undead stuff isn't actually that strong in combat. It's just that they get like, they'll rout you, and then of course you're screwed. But we'll just net and get on you. And our boys over here are rallying. The AP Gloonies are rallied. You guys need to get in on them. They like the Night Terrors finally got them, but way too little, way too late. These guys over here doing okay, and my opponent GG's out. So, that's not even worth saving the replay. That was just silly, but those Doom Divers. But yeah, those like the Murngulls are really strong, but then you get like a cheap trash unit with immunity psychology on them, and holy hell, do they go down? Yeah, like unless with the shaman, it's less about getting the wand, more about just getting a super cheap lore so you can go extra wide. Plus, you get Vanguard. I kind of expected my opponent to go a bit more. Well, to be a little in a fightier position. I don't know why he deployed so far back. So, yeah, it was odd. I do think I'm going to be wrapping the stream up with that, because it has definitely been a little while. My brain's starting to get fried. I think that's why I'm making some stupid mistakes and misplays and whatnot. But yeah. I do hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you had fun, and I hope you got some entertainment out of some quick match shenanigans. And yeah, I'll see about streaming on Twitch. I don't, because I don't want, you guys were saying apparently there's like static and it sounds horrible, so I'm going to be trying to fix that, and maybe I might just use Twitch. I'll announce on here and go there. Consider you entertained. Alright, that's good. But yeah, I thank you guys all for showing up, and yep, no problem. Glad you guys enjoyed, and I'll be around. Thank you guys.